what is his name now? I don't know if he'll got an email, but anyway, it's about basically doing a recovery book like called Women Do Suffer, and there's 10 of us. It's actually getting published, but it's on your own story, and I've had this for about 6 weeks to do. And he's given me an extension twice, 'cause I just can't bring myself to doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's been stressing me out as well, but I've done it and I've sent him like most of it. He said, "Oh, that's good." So I've got for the end of the week to do that. But like I say, like people are like, "Oh, I can help you," but it's not something people can help you with because it's your
Yeah.
own story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just like, and I've had time to do it, loads of time, and I'm just like, right, I've got nothing to do. I can just do it, but I just can't do it.
I know.
David,
It's like
I
I find something else to do that'll just take my time away from that, even though I know I've got to do that. I'll do
Yeah,
anything but that.
we're mad, aren't we?
I know.
Alia, it's David Patton.
No, not you. It's a different David.
No, David.
Oh yeah, it is. Oh
Patton.
yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You are.
David
I was
Patton.
thinking you're Collins. That's the one. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be
Thank
I'll
you.
be
Yeah.
with you now. Charlie's got the container. Once he's finished chewing, I'll be with you in a second.
That's what I was just
Hello,
like.
Charlie.
Hello, Aya.
Hey,
How are you? Are you all right?
I'm just eating a flake,
A flake.
and you know what eating a flake's like.
Messy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You inhale it, don't you?
Mm, literally.
Yeah.
Have you checked in?
No.
Who wants to check in first?
I don't mind going first.
Go on, Emma.
Go on, Emma.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I've had a busy but quite chaotic in my own head. I'm making it chaotic, nobody else. Past week or so, but I'm loving it. I'm getting back on track, and yeah, I'm feeling good. I'll pass it over to Ayos. Ayla.
Aaliyah.
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 Never pronounce it.
Charlie made you confused.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. I'm checking in. I'm feeling very positive today, actually. Yesterday and the past 2 weeks, I've been quite stressed out, but like it's just normal things in life. But it's my own fault. Like I said, I've been struggling putting boundaries in place at work, and my caseload's getting like more bigger, and yeah. But anyway, I spoke with my sponsor yesterday, done some step work for like 2 hours, and I feel loads better today. But yeah, I'll check it. That's me checking in, and I'll give it over to you, Charlie, please.
Thanks, Aaliyah.
That's right.
I'm checking in a lot better than what I was an hour ago. For about the last day and this morning, I've been really apprehensive with fear, but excitement, fear, and apprehensive. And I'll go into that in a minute. But I'm feeling loads better, thanks. And I will choose David.
All right, I'm checking in. Yeah, I've just done the leadership class, which Charlie was on. So that was really nice and stimulating, and I'm looking forward to today's class. I'm feeling that as an organization, I'm getting a lot more clarity of which class is doing what. And so we got a community of practice on a Tuesday. There's recovery coaching class on a Wednesday. There's the systemic wellness on a Thursday, and so I'm feeling happy about all that. So I'm feeling good. And just so you know, this is being streamed to a private unlisted page on the Recovery Connections YouTube channel, which is all part of research that we're gathering on lived experienced organizations, which David Patton will be a part of as well, Alia. So I just want you to know that as well. And the reason for that is we're continuously trying to improve the value of lived experience, the profession of lived experience, and how lived experienced organizations make an impact in communities and the country as a whole. So that's the purpose of it. If at any time we cross a boundary individually, yeah, that makes you feel vulnerable or something, I am more than happy to delete the class. Yeah? Can you hear us, Alia? Alia, can you hear us? No, we can't hear you.
You're on mute.
I think she was having problems with the volume.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I was having issues with my volume. So anyway, I realised I've got some headphones in my bag and I've connected them. I can hear now better.
Right.
Sorry.
No problem. Mystic Meg, would you like to check in on the eve of Halloween?
Yes, I will. Hello, everyone. Yeah, sorry I'm a bit late. I had trouble. Today I'm feeling emotional.
Fantastic. Okay. What does feeling emotional mean?
It means that I could tip either way.
Okay.
My emotions are very near the surface. And personally, my line between, to make it simple, my line between tears and laughter is very close.
Okay.
And I can get them confused sometimes. Yeah.
So Katie, I just want to jump in there. Just before the call, before you jumped on the call, I said that this is being streamed and recorded. Yeah, and it's recorded into an unlisted location on the Recovery Connections YouTube channel. And the reason for that is so we've got a body of evidence where we can prove the effectiveness of recovery coaching, lived experience organizations and that. However, if at any time we cross a boundary or something, just let me know and we will delete it. So your psychic safety is the top priority here. Yep. So I just wanted to reiterate that.
Yeah.
The next thing I want to say is, for me, when you say, oh, I must warn you, I'm feeling emotional, that there's a stigma still which gets projected onto women in general about being emotional. Oh, she's just being emotional. Oh, it's that time of the month. Oh, it's this, it's her hormones. It's like, yeah. And so I just wanted to bring some awareness around that. And I want to say, in this space, anything fucking goes. We've got you. Yeah?
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's a nice smile, Emma.
Thank you.
What's in your smile, Emma?
Just that, like, the mood was up there and quite fragile, and then it just went, like, it was okay again. I don't know, you just, when you said everything fucking goes.
Okay, all right. Okay, so it made the container safer by acknowledging that it's
okay.
Yeah, that it's okay to be fucking mad and mental and all over the place. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. So I've got a bit of an agenda today, if that's all right. I'll put the agenda out there. And as part of Charlie's certification, yeah, he needs to come up with a body of evidence around his organization that he's building. And yesterday, what he did as part of breaking stigma and using people's story to bring awareness, he interviewed a homeless person yesterday, to share their story. And his intuition is sitting uncomfortably around like, oh, Is that okay? Am I crossing a boundary? So I just want us to have a discussion around ethics and people's stories and lived experience and human dignity. And because the one thing with recovery, one of the stories and narratives out there is you're a fucking junkie living on the street, your life is a fuck up, you've cleaned your life up now, and then you're moving forward. They don't talk about the lonely alcoholic businessman who's kind of successful on the outside, and or the housewife that's struggling with kind of prescription pills or medication at home, things like that. There seems to be a narrative that, like, the homeless junkie gets the limelight.
Yeah.
Thanks, David.
So we okay to go forward with that agenda?
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Can I just give a little bit of backstory on that? Is that okay? So with the podcast on Unfiltered Lives, The Other Side, what I wanted to do this series was really take it out in the streets. I really wanted to interview when people, food poverty, fuel poverty, homelessness, characters, and all this stuff. All this stuff that isn't really spoke about. And I'm really intrigued by people. So yesterday I got the opportunity from someone who works on the streets to interview a homeless chap who was more than willing to speak to us. So I took the opportunity and I went and spoke to someone just outside the council buildings where they sleep in Hartlepool, and I interviewed this chap, and we recorded where he lived and stuff in this little pod tent stuff. And I recorded it all, and then I edited it all down, and then I sent it to him and a couple of people, and they said it was really, really good. But my head was going, oh, that's fabulous. Get it on YouTube as soon as you can. But my intuition was shouting and screaming at me, going, no, get another opinion. You're in someone who isn't a friend. Just get a second opinion on this. So I sent it this morning to get a second opinion. I think I'm sitting in fear because I really don't want to come across, as I spoke to David about, who's doing this for clicks and likes, like the TikTok and the YouTube, where we're just putting a camera on someone's face and then we're shoving it on YouTube. I really want to come at this and say that, as David had just said, that just because you're in the streets, just because you're an alcoholic, just because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're still a person. You still get emotions. You still get feelings. You still get life. You still got all of this. But this was a case where this chap chooses to be homeless, actually, which was even more like I was like, I really need to speak to him. And the more that I spoke to him, and then because we only spoke for 10 minutes because the council moved us, and I thought, right, that's okay. If the council's moving us, I said, not a problem. I respect you and all this stuff. We will move on. And it took the impetus out of the interview, and I shook the chap's hand, we gave him a hug, and I said, thank you. So the second opinion hasn't came back in yet. And I suppose what I'm really looking for is I'm looking for acceptance of what I'm doing is okay. But my intuition is saying, and my intuition is like still screaming at me. Because obviously I still want to be liked. I still want to be liked, and I think that's probably at the bottom of this. And I don't really want to. I mean, this chap is more than happy to put it on my YouTube. In actual fact, he was on the ITV News about 5 days ago as well. So he's really happy and he's pleased that he might get it out. I just don't want to be seen as if I'm taking advantage of the vulnerable, because that's something that I really don't want that. But that may come with what I'm doing. It's it was easier interviewing when people in the studio with like a screen up and stuff like that. That it was nice and cozy. But when I went out to the streets and interviewed this chap, I was so uncomfortable. But I thought, no, I'm going to do it because I really want to show what real life is like out there. If we choose to lift up the carpets, we see that there is human beings. There's people with feelings and emotions who might need our help. So that's the back story of it. I'm still really nervous and sitting in fear of it if I'm honest. So any advice or criticism would be helpful, actually. Thanks, guys.
I think in wording it, Charlie, is like you're not trying to get notoriety for it. You're trying to show people out there what it's really like. And if you've made sure that on the recording or the interview, that's apparent, you know, we're trying to show you what it's like, how hard it is for them. And that I think make sure that's I mean, I'm sure you have.
I'll take that down, yeah, but that's a good one.
Yeah, just make sure like to know that that's the real reasons why you're doing it. Because I know what you're on about. Because a lot of things have been scrutinised and Hartlepool haven't it for posting. I know exactly what you're on about. But they're doing it. It seems like they're advertising for themselves, whereas you're not. You're not even advertising. You're showing people what it's like out there. You're not gaining anything from it. You're just doing it to help them. Whereas I know what you mean. Other people do get, you know, kicks out of it. But I'm sure you've done it in a good way.
Yeah, I'd reiterate what Emma said. I'm sure you've done it with compassion and understanding. The point is, you know, that we are trying to break down stigma. That's very important in our organisation for sure. So I think anything that puts a human element to the problem as a whole, you know, you can bring humanity to what is essentially an epidemic at the moment, really, if we look at it in, you know, in those terms. So, and the truth is, you will get some stick somewhere along the line, Charlie. You know, you're gonna as soon as you open yourself up to these things, you will, and it's about building that resilience and knowing what's important from that and what's not important. You know, those things that you just go, okay, that's your issue, not mine. You know, I step back from that. But yeah, you know, you're doing it for the right reasons. It's like the people who give something to the homeless and they film it. You know, look at the great stuff I'm doing. That's not what you're doing at all. You know, you are just purely sharing someone's experience, which is invaluable to wider society, isn't it?
And explaining that we as a community can do something to help. I've got faith in you, Charlie. I know you'll word it all right. I know you'll get the message out there. Because it's a message you're spreading, not publicity or anything like that.
Elia, what do you think?
No, I think it's really good. I can understand where it's coming from and meaning he wants a second opinion because I would be the same. But I think what you're doing is really good because there's a person I follow actually on TikTok and he goes around and interviews like the homeless people and people with disadvantages, and it spreads a lot of awareness and he gets so much support from it. So I think this could be massive. Like for you, could be good. I think it's really good things to do, definitely.
I also think people become invested in these things, you know, like the soft white underbelly, which I know you know about. You know, people revisit, people get invested in watching people hopefully improve and recover or not. You know, people get invested and they start to actually care about people. They're not just faceless, nameless numbers. You know, this is a human being. and it's an investment. Brings out compassion in people.
Yeah. I just feel as if it's not spoken enough about, especially like the food and the fuel poverty, man, as well, and how we're going to go through this winter, or just as normal people, and then if I just take it like the normal man people who are going to be struggling, how is the homeless going to be? How is they going to be getting through this in my winter? And these sort of folk who are kind of forgotten about. And I think it'd be nice to. Oh, and I was watching Prince William last night. He was on ITV.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? Speaking about the homeless man as well. So it seems to be been a big factor, and that it's been recognised. I know it's always been recognised, but when Prince William may get recognised more, and that the help is needed even more, especially because of the price of stuff. The price of food and fuel has never been as sky high, and food banks have never been as busy in 2024. And I just don't see these stories being told. And I don't want to go out there and be like this poverty porn. That's the last thing that I want to do, because I came from not a lot, so it's just to go out and tell these stories. But I know there's a fine line. That's kind of where I'm trotting at the moment. Maybe sometimes it's just easier to sit on the beach.
But you say this man chooses to be homeless.
Yes, yeah.
Tell me about that. That was a hell of a yawn, Leo. Are we boring you?
I've been up so early this morning, sorry.
Jesus, you almost sucked all of us into your bedroom. It was like,
Oh,
go for it, Charlie.
Yeah, he said that he was letting people in his house, and they were partying and all this stuff, and he was going to get the house and took off him. His words were that they were going to take the combi boiler, it was that bad. So he chose to let the house go instead of it going to wreck and ruin. Those were my words. And so I said to him, can you get back in with the council? And he said, man, he didn't want to. Basically, he says that he was mentioning someone about people in the army who are homeless. So if we think about them, he's only sleeping in a pod and he's okay. But he says that when he goes into the council, they won't take him seriously because he's always laughing and joking. So he says, man, he chooses to be homeless. Now, I don't know how true that is. And then when I dug a wee bit deeper, because it was there like with a water bottle, and you could tell there was alcohol in it.
Yeah.
And then I kind of got round to, I don't know how I asked the question, but I kind of got round to I think I got round to asking about the alcohol, because he was saying he can't eat anymore, and I was asking why he can't eat, and he's got me something to do. I don't know what it was, hype or something. And then that led us into the conversation about alcohol. And he said he'd been drinking non-stop for 11 months. And I asked him, well, have you only been drinking 11 months? And then I don't know what he said after that, but then he said he was 5 years clean and sober. And then I think he started drinking seriously for 11 months again. And that's how we got him around to him and saying he is choosing to be homeless. And then he goes into saying that him and all the homeless people all share their drinking alcohol and stuff. So there's not a day that goes past that he doesn't have a drink. And he's got this big, massive smile on his face. And I said to him, you're quite a robust man chap, but you're always smiling. I've met you a few times, you're just always smiling. But, that could be a facade, because I always laugh and joke when I'm anxious. So I was kind of about that. And then I asked him how he's going to get through this winter. How he's going to get through this winter, and he basically says, man doesn't know. And I said, you know, you've still got emotions and feelings and everything else. You're still been a human being. But he was just kind of, just this kind of
So Charlie,
robust personality.
how are you feeling now with your ethical dilemma?
I'm feeling a lot more calmer that I'm speaking to the container, if I'm honest, man, with you. I felt as if there was something in me that was justifying me, that I was justifying why I was going to put it on my YouTube, and I didn't know if that was ego driven. I just wasn't too sure. So when I spoke to you, man, David, before this, I thought this is how I'm feeling. I knew I was going to bring it to the container, because I know when I speak about this,
So
this seemed to go away.
So this month is Black History Month, and I attend a program here in London, and the theme this month is Black History Month, and they serve up they call it tea and chai and chat. Yep. So you go and you drink chai tea and you have a chat, and the theme is Black History Month. And the overarching thing of this is to change the narrative. Yeah, the narrative around Black people. And one of the Black women that was there was saying, "Why the fuck are we having Black History Month? You know, it's like, fuck, I'm Black all day, every day, all year. It's like, fuck, you don't need to tell me about my history. Is this some sort of white thing?" Yeah, and I said, "Yeah, well, it is actually a fucking white thing, you know. It's to educate the fucking white people around this sort of stuff and the narratives that go with it." So one of the narratives in Africa is, you know, is the hungry begging bowl, and they got the picture with the flies on the kids' lips and mouth and all that sort of stuff. And that is incredibly derogatory for people that are living in Africa that are Black. Yeah, because there's huge dignity there, you know, there's huge kind of that Western projection on the fact that Africa's poor is a lot of bullshit. Africa is incredibly rich and resourced. It's just been impacted by the history of colonization. Yep. And the narratives need to change that are prevalent. Is that the right? Pervasive through society. Yeah. And the narrative of people that use drugs, yep, as well needs to change, because because of the laws that were put in place through the war of drugs. Drug addicts are bad people, they're criminals, they're, you know, never trust a junkie, all that sort of stuff. Those stories are still relevant today, when actually people that use drink and drugs are genuinely very sensitive people. They're usually very intelligent people, and I think Alia would speak testimony to this, because when she came from nursing to Recovery Connections and then went to a 12-step meeting taking a client, she suddenly realized that, like, oh fuck, I'm one of these people. Is that fair enough to say, Alia? I've already said it, so if it was unfair, fuck, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you've spoken that before.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the hard narratives that we need to bring awareness to and challenge. I'm not breathing.
Don't say that.
Yeah. I get passionate about this. I get quite animated, and I get frustrated because I feel so fucking misunderstood out in the world. I remember when I used to go and do service on a Saturday morning. I'd go to a jail in Johannesburg. Fucking rough place, but my girlfriend at the time, I remember, like, I gotta get up, I gotta go and do something, I gotta go, and she said to me, like, why the fuck are you helping those people? You know, it's just like,
People are misunderstood.
huh?
People are misunderstood. We're all human. There's only one race, and that's a human race. But we just I think everybody's misunderstood, aren't they?
So one of
It's
the
funny you
things
said.
go, Alia, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry to interrupt, but I didn't mean to talk, David. But I was talking to one of my community members today, and she has like a head injury from she fell while she'd unintentionally overdosed, and she's got a bleed on the brain and fractured skull. Anyway, I told her, like, I advised her to go to the hospital, and she's been like backwards and forwards since this week, and I'm not going in there no more. And I said, why? Because they automatically look at you like you're a piece of fucking shit because they see that you're on methadone, and they just treat us like dogs. And I was like, so sad, because I know exactly what she means. So yeah.
And Hartlepool as a town, when I went there, they said, the first thing I was introduced to Hartlepool is either we're seen as, something special in the country, or we're on some derogatory TV show with some stats about us being the poorest. Da, da, da. You remember that, Charlie? And Emma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And videos on YouTube of, what's it called, us druggies and dirty alkies and stuff falling over and that. And it's just, social media does not help.
And then with all that race stuff a few months ago.
Yeah. It's horrible. All the videos that you see. And we have, like, even places in the town where people say, don't go there because the druggies are in that corner, or that's the alky corner, or like, there's literally places and names for people.
What like Crackhead Corner and Alki?
Oh, no, you know Cash Converters. It's not in Hartlepool, it's called Crack Converters. That's what everybody calls it. It's really shameful, honestly. But like in the car park in the town centre, that's Alki Alley. And then you've got Zombie Lane, which is just up Elwick Road or something. Honestly. But all the pharmacies are Zombie Lane as well, the kids call it. It's horrible, but even the kids like come out with it.
And it's also a way for people to talk about things that are quite difficult to talk about.
Yeah, or they don't understand it fully themselves.
I must admit, I do prefer this sort of conversation as opposed to washed down, politically correct, clinical language.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think when you're worrying about the language you use, you lose your authenticity for the subject. You know, you're concentrating too much.
I think it shows passion.
I mean, we must really be aware of people of color. So fuck that. I mean, Jesus Christ, let's talk like, you've got black people, brown people, yellow people, pink people, white people. It becomes, I was coaching someone this week and they just said to me, fuck, people feel so awkward about my color in the room. I wish they would just say, yeah, I'm the fucking black bloke in the room. Yeah.
It's true though, isn't it?
Yeah. As opposed to people kind of,
tiptoeing,
footing around it and kind of don't know how to say it. I mean, it's like Charlie's a fucking Scotsman. Jesus
And
Christ.
that's been hard. That's hard in England. The I'm going to butcher that, LGBTQ community, that is horrendous. That is a landmine. I don't care what preference you are, but the pronouns and stuff for a Scotsman of me, my size. I actually interviewed. I told you the pronouns his, her. It was a lady who had transitioned to man, and I forget the pronouns, so on, and the partner who was female had transitioned to a man as well, and his pronouns were completely different to his pronouns, even though there were two females biologically. And honestly, I like hardly said anything during the interview because I was so scared. And then do you know what I did? And then someone, oh God, someone had commented on it, and I put oh yeah, her, and I put her instead of his and them or something like that. Oh, this person told me a million. And I had to delete my comment. I'm the person running the interview. I'm the person doing the on YouTube, and I had to oh man, the fear that gripped me because I stood on the wrong pronoun. Oh, that's even worse than someone who's black or Asian, and the pronouns are just. Someone like me who doesn't have quite good memory as well,
I always because I find that a landmine, and it's a really prolific thing in our organisation at the moment. We have a specific inclusion lead for LGBT blah 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 blah. And to me, a person is a person, and I couldn't give a rat's ass what you do in your own time. Do you know what I mean? But I always say, look, I'm going to get it wrong. I know I'm going to get it wrong. I'm old. This is all kind of new shit to me, and I apologize if I get it wrong. Just, do you know what I mean? And I think that's the only way you can go about it, really, is just be bloody honest, because it is freaking minefield. I wouldn't want to intentionally offend someone, but also I don't think people should be that precious, because we're all learning. It's hard. But I think honesty, as always, is the best policy, isn't it? Do you know what? I ain't got a fucking clue. If I get it wrong, I apologise.
So what are your pronouns, Katie?
Don't even like to have pronouns, because I consider myself a woman. I am a woman. So I suppose she, but I don't even know why this has become a thing, if I'm honest. But that's, as I say, each to their own.
Charlie, what are your pronouns?
Just my pronouns is man. I think
I missed that.
My pronouns is I don't have any pronouns.
Okay. Emma?
Man's whatever you want it to be.
Alia?
Not specific.
Like she, her. Is that a pronoun?
Okay.
Man.
So we're busy
Exactly.
having an English lesson here. Yeah. Okay. So mine is he, him. Yep. I'm a bloke. I've got a cock, and that's the way that's the way I need to get comfortable with that, and I need to get comfortable to asking someone, what are your pronouns? Just by asking the question creates a sense of like, okay, well, I've been thinking about this stuff. Yeah. It's like me and Alia doing that diversity piece, and she was the only brown Muslim woman in the container, and we did the separation of like, white people this room, brown people the other side of the room. It gets edgy. Yep. Alia, you were talking a couple of weeks ago about when you're walking in the street, men in Middlesbrough are kind of still kind of ducking their head and is that still happening? You remember that?
Yeah, but no, do you know, I haven't really been out a lot recently. Haven't been out in the community much because I've been working and I've started like doing Pilates and things like that. So I haven't really been out, like I said. But yeah, I don't know. I think everything's fine now. I'm not sure.
Okay. So what are we learning? Where are we going today with the systemic wellness practitioner? We've kind of gone into diversity. We've gone into how do we share someone's story respectfully? Yep. How do we not step on landmines? Yep. Charlie's really anxious about the projection coming onto him. Is like, are you fucking greedy Scottish bastard making money out of homeless people? You evil fucking white heathen. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the very basic fear at the back of his head. And Charlie's beating himself up about that long before anyone else is, and it's holding him back. Yeah. I made some videos this week that triggered some people. And then they sent out some messages, David, stop making videos, it's going to bite you in the ass. And I had to pause and look and just check. Okay, fuck, I've upset somebody. What's that about? Am I out of integrity? And then to be okay with containing that for a bit, say, okay, I'll stop posting videos for a second, and then got some feedback, and then got, okay, that's a feedback, let me carry on. And I think that's like an ethically responsible thing to do.
You got to learn from it, haven't you?
Hmm?
You're always going to get comments, and it's a case of learning from it.
And what I find with diversity in general is how come everyone gets put in one box?
I know.
Yeah. All the different sexual orientations, all the different races, all the, you know, all the people with different kind of disabilities or impairments or whatever. Everyone's like, yeah. So there's this or there's them. And we've got to make sure we've got a diversity and inclusion piece of paper to see how many of them we have in our organization, in our culture, in our structure, in our... Here comes Katie.
Yeah, I understand. You know, I completely understand. We do have to change the narrative of things. You know, we absolutely do. However, you know, I was joking with someone and I said, I need my own flag because I'm a woman, I'm an alcoholic, I'm an agoraphobic with mental health problems. So, you know, can I have my own little flag to be my own little diverse group on my own? You know,
Katie,
because
I was going to make a joke. I was going to make a joke there. I was going to say, yeah, I made my own flag, but I was too scared to go outside and hang it up.
What's agoraphobic, Katie?
Sorry. Did someone say something?
Alia wants to know what agoraphobia is.
Oh, okay. I guess the textbook definition is fear of open spaces, but in real terms, for me personally, I'm pretty much housebound, pretty much. But there can be different levels. So some people perhaps can do everything except for travel on a train, or go to a busy town, or do you know what I mean? So there's different levels of it. It's much more complex than that, but that's the gist.
How are you with the
I learn
joke?
something new every day.
What was that, Alia?
Did you learn something new every day? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There you go.
I thought it meant agrophobic, like you don't like aggro. That's what I thought it meant.
That's quite good, actually. That's quite good.
Yeah, no, yeah, you know that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's agra as opposed to agro. No, sorry.
Yeah.
That's aggro opposed to agra. I'm also scared of angry people. Okay. So, Katie, how are you with my joke?
I loved it. And that's why sometimes I find people who get offended by things like that, sometimes I find it difficult to resonate with, because for me, maybe because that's my coping mechanism, finding the humor in stuff, because life is too serious otherwise. You know, if I chose to take my situation and difficulties seriously, I'd be 6 foot under by now. You know, there's no two ways about it. If I'd followed that trajectory, rather than seeing the humor in the human condition. You know, we're all nuts. We've all got different things. And as long as there's no maliciousness in it, and you can tell the difference between maliciousness mostly and humor, I love it. I like that. I like to take the sting out of things by using humor. I think it's really important, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I know I could be in a minority with that, but to me,
No, I agree. Like, if it's not malicious, it's just funny.
What's
It's what
making
makes
you
me
laugh there?
individual. It's what makes me me. My, as people call them, issues, make me me.
And what are your issues?
My issues is I don't have any. I have plenty of issues in life, but you know what? It's part of life, isn't it? You can either cry about it or you can get on with it. And so some days I won't say that. Some days I'll say I'm tearing my hair out. So yeah, don't really have any. I've got nothing to complain about at the moment.
Okay. So let's bring it back on track in terms
Yeah.
of systemic wellness and what your role is within your organization. So just quickly, let's whip around the room and just tell us what your role is within the organization. So I'm David, and my role here is to train and facilitate recovery coaching and to do organizational development of Leros. Who's next?
I'll go. So I'm Aaliyah, and I'm Aaliyah. What am I on about? I work at Recovery Connect as a lived experience recovery support specialist. Emma, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm training on the ambassadors at the moment with Recovery Connections, working alongside them, and I'm also a peer mentor with Start. So yeah, that's me. I will choose Charlie next.
And my organisations, I have left my organisation actually with the Blueberries, which we were all about my wellness and mindfulness and strength training and meditation and stuff. That's gently came to close, and now I'm immersing myself in learning the recovery coach and the wellness practitioner. And that's where I am at the moment.
me then. I'm the volunteer. Well, I'm the coordinator for RAW, which is a lived experience recovery organisation, which means I look after the volunteers, I interview the volunteers. I'm a bit of a dog's body, actually. I've got so many hats within my role. Half the time I don't even know what I'm doing. just winging it. Yeah.
So what happened to the container when we introduced our professional roles?
Did we get professional?
Yeah.
Emma's looking like, what the fuck is he on about now?
No, I'm trying to think.
It broke
My
the
camera's broke.
intensity.
I need to
Okay.
wait
A
till
little
we
bit.
get off and then I'll fix it.
I was trying to think of how to explain it, but you just explained it perfect there, Kate.
Say that again, Emma.
I was trying to think of a way to explain it, but Katie explained it well there.
Tell us what you said again, Katie.
It broke the intensity of the container. You know, took a break from that intensity of the discussion.
It brought us back, didn't it?
And what was the intensity of the discussion?
We was talking about diversity and serious subject matter. So it sort of brought us back out of that for a minute.
Okay. So what I would like us to do is to be able to take the seriousness of that subject matter and combine it with the professionalism of our role. This is essentially what this class is about, to use coaching as a skill set so you can perform better in your role in a very highly charged, sensitive environment.
Yeah.
We are walking from a culture of recovery and we go into a culture of adversity or a culture of addiction, and we got to keep our shit together.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, Charlie's a racist, homophobic, fucking white male Scotsman who's taking advantage of the homeless poor.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And I'm doing it all for nothing. Voluntary. I am being a volunteer fucking dickhead, and I love it.
So we're using humor as a tool to defuse the sort of shit that gets projected onto us. Yeah. All right. So imagine now you've got to go and report back to your manager around how you're doing in your role. And that's going to look like, I'm doing well at ... Okay, should we all take a break while Alia goes to the toilet? You're doing a number 2, Alia. Okay,
Have
thank
a
you.
nice toilet, Ira.
Didn't need that much information, but thank you.
Make sure you wash your hands.
Yeah. Right, all right. I will see you all at 3 o'clock.
Bye-bye.
Right, right.
Um, Hi, Katie.
Hello, hello,
How
hello,
are
hello.
you?
How are you?
I'm really good, thanks.
Good, 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 good.
Trish is there, Charlie.
Hello, Trish. You all right, fella?
She's got a headset and she's just about herself.
I've got steps and traditions
Guys,
meeting
I'm just
tonight,
on a
Katie.
call. I'll be just
Oh, have you?
hold the container a bit, Charlie. I'll be with you all in a minute.
Okay. So just waiting for Aliyah. Aliyah.
Aliyah. She
Aliyah.
she must be still on
Aliyah.
having a poo.
On to There's
I think she means
Aliyah there.
Oh, no, do you know
Who
what,
wants to check?
guys? I've been drinking this thing off TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it. It's called it's serum super greens, you know, them vitamins with all your greens in. Has like ashwagandha, iron, loads of stuff, and I can't afford the toilet.
Is it that Pirella or
You seen it in a
Susan?
sachet? Oh, what's it called? Wait
Yeah.
there. I'm gonna tell you now. It's good though. It's like it's like cleans your skin and it's supposed to like stop bloatedness and give you more energy and
I was
whatever.
taking
But I drink it and I cannot stop going to the toilet now. So it's called. This is it.
Oh.
Nutrifino greens.
Mhm.
Seen them? Yeah, so I take it like you just put one. So it's got like ashwagandha, spinach, broccoli, kale, loads of different things in it. Sea moss, pineapple, apple, loads. I can't even pronounce the other things. But yeah, and I've been drinking that in the morning and I cannot stop going to the loo. It's too amazing.
Who wants to check in?
Go on, I'll check in. I feel good now, my
Go
bowels are
on.
empties. No, I'm good, thank you. I'm feeling really good. I'm tired, like I'm physically drained, but mentally and spiritually I'm really good. Feeling good. I'll give it to you, Katie.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm feeling uplifted after the first session. My brain is very, very busy at the minute, which was probably why I was feeling emotional because I'm on that. Oh, I've got to do this. I've got to do that. I've got to do this. But I'm feeling uplifted now. So thank you. And I will pass it over to Emma.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good that I'm back as well. I've had a couple of weeks where I've just been, like you said, head busy. But yeah, I'm glad I'm back. So yeah, I'm feeling good. And I'll pass it back to Charlie.
Thanks, Emma. I am feeling loads better. Yeah, I'm feeling loads better now. I mean, now we spoke out what I was feeling in the container in the first half. It's just I feel soothed, absolutely soothed. And I'll pass it to David.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm checking in. I've been enjoying the humor around talking about quite difficult things. So we started off with kind of ethics, and it's nice to be able to use humor as a tool to navigate these topics and to have courageous conversations. And yeah, and I'm also very grateful for Aliyah telling us she was going for number 2. I thought that was very brave.
I'm just being open and honest.
Okay, cool. So where should we take the container now? You see, what I appreciate about this is Charlie came with a professional dilemma and he communicated amongst his peers. Yeah, he said, okay, guys, listen, This is what I'm doing. This is my organization. This is my role. And this is the ethical conundrum I'm finding myself in. Can I just bounce this off with my peers? And that's how universities work. That's how academics write their papers, and it's a peer-reviewed paper. And that means that other academics have reviewed it. And we've done something similar here. As people work in lived experienced organizations that have our own lived experience, we were just checking out, am I being a dick here and hurting someone else, whether intentionally or unintentionally?
Yeah, and I think if you sit on it on your own and you start second guessing yourself, that important message might not have been put out, and you might not have gone ahead with it when it's a really good thing a message that we need out. I think other people's opinions balance it out.
I wouldn't mind sending you. I wouldn't mind sending you I wouldn't mind sending you the video if you're up for watching it. Is that
Yeah,
allowed?
can we?
So,
Yeah.
so why don't you send it now and we'll watch it in this class, and then we can review it afterwards.
How do I do that?
You just put the link in the chat, in the Zoom chat.
Put the link. I don't have a link yet because it's still on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Can
I
you
can
send it
send
to
it-
you, David?
Yeah.
I can send it at the minute because I've just edited it down and I've downloaded it from CapCut onto my phone. The only way that I could send it was on WhatsApp, and you can only do it because it's 10 minutes long. I could send it 6.5 minutes and 4 minutes. That's how I done it.
Okay. So send it to me now, and then I'll open up WhatsApp on my computer, and then we can play it.
Oh, fantastic. Oh,
I
no,
don't know.
no. That was too fast.
Deal with it. The world
Didn't give you time to talk yourself out of it.
Yes, it will.
So Charlie, the world is on fire. We need this stuff.
I know, I'm just trying to get it now because I'm scared. So we'll go to David. David. Yeah.
Do you guys
Ah.
like my rose?
Sorry?
Do you like my
I was
rose?
just looking at it
I
actually.
know.
Tia gave it to me for Valentine's Day. It's a nice nylon rose. So
Who got you them?
and it's you are.
Who got you them?
Tia did, my girlfriend.
Ah, that's cute. Did you get some back?
I can't make that out.
Sorry, it's crackling. I said, did you buy her some back?
Oh no, what did I do? I think I took her out for curry. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a biryani. No, she likes palak paneer or paneer palak, whichever one it is.
The first part's just sending through WhatsApp now.
So as Charlie's angsting there, what else should we talk about? Let's see, has it come through yet?
No, not yet. It's still downloading.
It's pretty
Guys, I know we
impressive, huh?
spoke before. Sorry, I know we spoke before about boundaries, but can we quickly touch up on it? Because that's why I'm struggling with that word.
Okay. So let's with what boundaries are you struggling with?
Like, so I feel like, well, I know we do more than enough, and then it's just gotten shot back in our face. For example, now this community members is like dependent on us, so we're sort of enabling. Yeah, can't get my words out. It's been a long bloody week. But yeah, so I'm struggling with that. Like trying to pull away, but in a professional manner. She's built sort of she believes like a friendship with us. if you know what I mean. So I've gone wrong somewhere.
All right. So first of all, what I would say is don't beat yourself up by saying, "Oh my God, I've gone wrong somewhere." So let's start from a place that isn't harsh and judgmental. Let's start with a place, oh, this is curious, I can learn something here. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So that's the first place I'd like to go to, is a place for us of compassion. Okay, so we've got 3 circles. We've got our private stuff, which is our real kind of private life, which you just shared you needed to go from number 2. That was a joke. We've got our personal life, yeah, which we share amongst our kind of friends and family and all that. And then we've got our public life or our professional life. Yeah. And those boundaries are quite fluid at times because of the nature of the work that we do. So when we share our lived experience, we're often sharing very private and personal stuff in our professional life to build rapport with somebody else. Yeah. Now, clinicians and social workers and other people, they are very boundarized in their professional role. Yep. And that's what their professional role calls for. People with lived experience are not like that. We share our stories in a professional way that other people might think, oh my God, those people manage their boundaries well. They're so unprofessional. God, there's Alia talking about having a shit in a classroom. That's so inappropriate. How can we be doing that? And then Emma's kind of going, oh, well, will you wash your hands and all this sort of stuff? Do you know, it's like a lot of people out there would go, oh my God, what are these people talking about? They're all over the place. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So here you are, you've gone out and you've built rapport with a client. Yep. And now what's being tested is they're no longer in a professional client coach relationship. You're moving towards a friendship. And that's feeling a bit uncomfortable for you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, great. So let's support you in redefining your role with your client. Would that be helpful?
Yes, please. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So tell us a bit about the client. So no name.
So
So gender, age, demographic, drug of choice.
So she lives on her own, doesn't have many family or friends. She's a victim of like domestic abuse, sexual just abuse, all type of different abuse. She uses crack cocaine, but not daily. It's like 3 times a month or something, just when she gets a big pay, like a pip. She has a lot of health problems, like physical health, such as is it fibromyalgia. She struggles with mobility. She how else can I explain it? She doesn't see. Also, she's prescribed. She's on prescribed medication like diazepam, codeine, but she'll not take them as prescribed, and then she'll go and buy street medication, so like Zopiclones and things like that. And she's had a couple of overdoses, not intentional ones, unintentional. Obviously we've offered things like rehab and stuff like that. However, she's fine with not going because she doesn't see her drug intake as a bad addiction, if you know what I mean. She doesn't see her life as unmanageable, in other words. Um, an incident happened. An incident happened by, we don't know who like being in a property and attacked her. She was like literally black and blue. We just got a phone call. She's in hospital. Went to the hospital. She's got a bit of memory loss. She's starting to get things like things are jogging back to her memory. This has only been like this week. However, I went and seen her on Saturday. I don't even work Saturdays, but I went to visit her in hospital because she has no support and things like that. And then when she's come out of hospital, which was on Monday, she's like, I've never seen the side of her, quite angry, like verbally aggressive, very needy. So even though I was seeing her one time a day, she wants to see more. But we have myself and my colleague and my manager have put in, my boss, sorry, we've put in like referrals. We're just waiting to hear back from them. We're trying to do everything we can, and it's just basically getting shut in our face. And then I got a text message on my work phone. Got a text message on my work phone saying something. I can feel the tension between us. I can feel the tension between us. If you don't want to support me, if you don't want to work with me, that's fine. I was fine before you. I'll be fine after you, book you. And I just thought that's not really professional, or I just don't know how to, I don't know. But then I've discussed this as well with my my boss, my concerns, and we don't know. We're just sort of thinking maybe because she's never been shown love, or like that someone cares for her, shall I say, not love. Maybe she's like dependent on that now, and because we've tried to like back away, sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know how to deal with it. To be fair, to be honest.
So first of all, by talking about it like this is dealing with it, and that's a great start. So where Charlie was a bit confused, the fact that you're bringing it here to the container is great. So let's just go through the case quickly. So single female living by herself, a existing condition which is causing pain, prescribed medication, benzodiazepines, codeine, use of illicit drugs, cocaine, crack cocaine 3 times a month when receiving payment, being violently attacked on her property, hospital admission, yeah, and
So due to the hospital admission, I forgot to mention, due to the hospital admission, she has a bleed on the brain and a fractured skull, which is obviously causing the memory loss.
Oh, okay, cool. So a head injury and okay, fuck. All right. So when I put that out there, how do you feel?
She's very complex.
Yeah. Okay. So in medical terms, African style, fuck, it's a fuck up.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Okay. Now, how are you looking after yourself? You've got yourself there, you've got your manager there, you've got somebody else there supporting you, and you're making a referral.
Yeah, we put in safeguarding occupational health.
Great. Okay, cool. So you're acting professionally around that. Yep. And as you're acting professionally, her anger, is kind of coming up and saying things that are hooking you. You don't care for me anymore. You don't love me. I can feel you're pulling away, all that sort of stuff, which is triggering.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, when my clients say that to me, it fucking really hooks me. It fucking triggers my abandonment stuff. It triggers my, and I know they're playing with me, and I don't want to be that cold-hearted bastard that kind of goes, fuck off. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, like I don't want to build a resentment, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So first of all, I really just want to acknowledge your struggle, that these things are difficult. and that the way that you're getting help around this feels appropriate and professional around this. You're not sitting by yourself in your organization, kind of colluding with the client and being emotionally hijacked by the client. You're talking about it with your colleagues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when the client's engaging with the organization, they're not engaging with one person, they're engaging with a therapeutic team, for want of a better word. I know you guys aren't a therapeutic team, but coaching people in a lived experience organization is very therapeutic for individuals.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let's whip around the room and let's just hear what your peers have to say about this. Okay. Who would like to go first, Katie?
That'd be me then. Yeah. What is your role specifically for this person? What is your role specifically? I just want to ask that first.
So my
Okay.
obviously my job was
so-
lived experience.
Alia, sorry,
Go on, David.
I just want to capture the wisdom in Katie's question. So she's asked around role clarity.
So
Brilliant.
yeah, so basically we're recovery support specialists. So we're supposed to help support to and from appointments, signposts to say if she has no food, we'd signpost to a food bank, support her getting there, support her going to get a methadone script on a morning because of her mobility and literally things like that. We can call doctor's appointments for her because she has mental health, and I know you have no up and going, you do you to sort your physical health out when you're mentally unstable and things. So we can arrange doctor's appointments on her behalf, and yeah. So
Okay, yeah. So it's a bit of a long round thing. I just asked because like you're saying recovery support, but you also said that she doesn't really admit she has a problem.
no.
So I'm kind of, what's her agenda in coming to you? Do you know what I mean? What is she actually expecting? Because if she's not admitting that she has a problem, then why is she coming to you? It's not. It's just a question. Do you know what I mean? To maybe ask.
No, you are wrong. Basically, we get we get referrals through social care, and it's with people with 5 disadvantages. So if the homelessness being through domestic abuse, disability, addiction, and what else was it? Homelessness, addiction, domestic abuse. I forgot which one. Yeah. So sometimes they have all them 5 disadvantages.
Yeah.
We have to support them around that, and it's like, wow, it's like I didn't realize how.
Okay, it's a really complex population. Yeah. Okay. All right. Charlie,
yes.
To you.
Yeah.
I missed the start of it because I was sending David the WhatsApp stuff. But Emma, what I picked up was Aya's passion and I picked up on your vibe in the container, and then I would ask who's helping and supporting you. Have you got a good team and around you that you can go to?
Yeah, thank you, Charlie. So my manager's supporting me. My colleague who works with me, we both share the same caseload, and like you guys, because this is helping.
I just wanted to come back in if I can. I don't want to jump in, but it seems to me that she's seeing you as a friend, like you said, rather than a support. And I don't know what the value might be in, just as an idea, you may have already done it, but directing her to like mutual aid support where she can make friends rather than use the people that are meant to be professionally working with her as friends. And I also want to say, don't visit her in the hospital on a Saturday. I know it's hard, right? And I feel really harsh saying this, but it's from my own experience of giving too much of myself to people that has in the past risked my own recovery. And if you're not well, you know, you're not going to be able to help anyone else.
You're so right.
You know, sorry.
No, you are right.
So Katie,
Thank you, Katie.
so avoid frapping, yeah, because maybe visiting in hospital is something that's going to really help Alia deal with the case. Yeah.
What's frapping again, David? Sorry, remind me, please.
Rescuing, advising, and projecting. So what Katie just did is gave you advice, yep, on her projection of what it was like for her to visit people outside. And even though her wisdom was absolutely fucking bang on, in the coaching space, just in the coaching space, yeah. If Katie, if you were mentoring, that would be something different.
Yeah.
But I know for
Yeah,
me at times, a client can hook me into their drama and I sit and obsess about it the whole time and I can't get on with my life because like I fucking don't know what's going on. So I'll phone them and I'll break the boundaries. Yeah, but it puts me at fucking ease.
Yeah.
Did you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. So it's Charlie, listen, I've come to visit you in the hospital because I'm fucking worried about you. I think you're a fucking prick. Pull yourself together. Going now.
Thanks, David.
Fuck, I really hope people know I'm just being flippant and joking. Yeah, Emma, let's hear from you.
I think with you, and it sounds, I suppose it sounds harsh, but as long as you stay within your job expectations and signposting to who you feel is appropriate, and you've discussed it with your seniors and your safeguarding lead or whatever, got advice and signpost them in the right direction. Messages like that, maybe next time when you see her on a face-to-face, you say you don't make a point of saying to her, I understand you probably were upset that day, but this is my role, this is my job, this is within my limits. But I have signposted you to somebody who might be able to help you on that, with that situation.
Yeah.
That, it's not about taking it personally, I don't think, that message. It's about she's upset at that point, and using that as a conversational pieces to say, I understand you're upset, but my role is this,
Yeah, no.
I don't know if that's any help.
Oh, thank you guys so much. No, it is, that's right, yeah.
But I think signposting it's a major, and
Mhm.
you've done that. You've done everything that you can do professional manner, I reckon.
Thank you.
So staying in the scope of practice.
Yeah.
And
but also being passionate, like, what's the word? Where you show compassion, empathy.
I was talking and I had it on bloody mute.
Yeah.
I said I was trying to. She said, "What does it say?" I was trying to say compassionate.
Yeah, compassion. I got that in the end.
But it was on mute.
I just haven't put my teeth in it.
Oh well, no, thank you all so much. I appreciate your advice. Thank you.
Let's see if Charlie's videos work.
Yeah.
Flat in Elliot Street, and I would.
Charlie, it's okay.
Okay, Charlie, you ready to be roasted?
Yes, I am. Oh.
Where's the screen share? What's going on here? Sorry, excuse me.
I can see the concentration in your face.
Yeah. Something's happened with my Zoom. Live stream, reset, whiteboards, share. Share what? I'm clicking share. There we go. Right, cool. Brace yourself, Charlie. Okay, let's see if this works. Can you hear it?
Can't in too much and let all the people in. And stole everything off me and wrecked me flat. So I just left it in the end because I thought they're going to take the copper boiler soon. So I just made myself homeless.
So how unfilled the other side, the next stage of our development, we are going to be going out in the streets and we are going to be interviewing people who are in recovery, fuel and food poverty, homelessness, and people who are larger than life characters who may be living in the streets. This is going to be the next stage of Unfiltered Lives. If you feel that you've got a story that you want to share, please get in touch. We want to hear your story. This is Unfiltered Lives, the other side. My name's Charlie Morrison, and we're going to tell you the real stories of the real life people in our community. Wayne, how are you doing?
Not too bad.
Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just freezing.
What brings you to
Yeah.
be sleeping in that small tent thing?
Because I had a flat in Elliott Street and I was partying too much and let all the people in. And they stole everything off me and wrecked me flat. So I just left it in the end because I thought they're going to take the copper boiler soon. So I just made myself homeless.
So how long have you been sleeping in that? Is it called a pod?
Yeah, it's a pod, yeah.
And how long have you been sleeping in the pod for?
Well, I've been on and off because I've been on a sofa surfing
How long have you been sofa surfing for?
for months.
Months.
What's it like being homeless?
What's it like being homeless here in Hartlepool?
Cold. Everything. I've been in Cornerstone the JSEC and have a one place. It was freezing. I went coming for 5 minutes. They give me hot chocolate. And they said, oh, you've got to go because they have interviews on. But I was freezing this morning.
Yeah.
Because I haven't got mine. He's got all sorts of needs. Like mattresses and quilts and I haven't yet.
You must be absolutely freezing at night.
It is.
Because this is Hartlepool, it's like, Baltic call, isn't it?
Yeah. Right on the coast now, it's freezing.
I know. So what's brung you then to be homeless? What's
Partying too much.
partying too much in your house?
Yeah. So I'll give my house up in the end.
And you gave your house up and how long ago?
About 3 months, 4 months.
3-4 months. So you've been homeless for 3-4 months.
Well, on and off.
On and off.
And sofa
You've been sofa
surfing, yeah.
surfing and
I've been sleeping in doorways, benches.
yeah.
Everything.
So have you made yourself homeless?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I didn't want the combi boiler getting stolen. Because they stole everything else off me, my bikes, the lot.
So how does that man affect you then to get man housed? Your mum with the cows, they give you another house or another flat?
I've never tried them, I've
Never
tried.
tried. So you're just choosing to be homeless then
For now, yeah.
for now. What's going to happen when the real winter comes? You know, when we go into the December and in January, man, I'm away, man, how's that going to bite on you?
Probably won't bother me.
Will it not bother you? Why would it not bother you, do you think?
Because, like I said to everybody, there's 17-year-old lasses in the British Army diving under muddy water, living rough. So do you think I'll bother living in a pod? No.
I know, but you're still a person, aren't you? You're still a person like that girl that you were speaking about. You still get feelings and emotions and everything else. Surely, you know, man, you'll want to keep warm in this winter when.
I just laugh at life, mate.
Yeah.
I laugh at life. That's all.
You seem like quite a robust chap. Every time I've met you, you're always smiling, Wayne.
Well, because I'm real. Because there's always worse people off than me.
And what about food? Where do you get my?
I don't hardly eat anyway. I only eat bits.
And why is that then? Why don't you eat?
I've got that hiatus hernia.
Hiatus hernia.
Yes.
And what does that do?
I can't swallow all foods. Just drink liquids.
And have you been to the doctors for that, Wayne?
I've been to James Cook Hospital, yeah.
And what's happened?
They've done all the blood tests, x-rays, and they said it's not seriously rough for the operation. Because what they've got to do is pull your stomach back down, put a gauze over there, and stitch you up.
And you're no bad, and you're no man.
But I don't know what's supposed to be worse than this. I cannot eat all foods.
So what do you think has brought you to this in your life where you would choose to be homeless? What's brought you to that part in
Depression.
Depression?
I was depressed, so I started drinking alcohol all the time.
How long have you been drinking alcohol for?
11 months.
11 months. You've only started. You've only started 11 months ago, or have you been drinking longer than that?
No, just like the odd time.
Just the odd time. So your depression, man, Wayne, is that what's led you to drink then?
Yes.
And you've been drinking for 11 months.
Yes.
And does that make you warm? Does drinking keeps you happy?
Yeah. Alcohol makes me happy. Cider.
And have you been drinking non-stop for 11 months?
Well, a couple of odd days I've had no money. Not many though. Because all my friends give me cans and that. We all drink round here, all of us. Benches or the ramp down the bottom of the line.
Right, let's roast Charlie now.
And there's another 4-minute one. There's another 4 minutes.
Okay, so let's just go. What do you think so far?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm scared. There's another 4 minutes.
Be scared. You've done, it's really real. But I'm doing a but. and actually, no, it's not about what you've done. It's just like I've heard a lot about the situations, and this is what it seems has happened to him, where vulnerable people get their properties taken over by people like that, and he's saying he's choosing to be homeless. I don't necessarily think and that's my only little thing with it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not actually a choice. I think it's a choice out of necessity. He's clearly vulnerable, been in a place where he doesn't feel safe, and so has had to take that step, and he's put in that bravado, isn't he, that oh, you know, I'd rather be homeless because I want to keep my boiler and all of that stuff, where actually it's a massive
So the question is,
safeguarding.
is Charlie being a dickhead if he was to post this video?
Yeah, that's what I need to know.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I think going forward, maybe asking those questions, you know, like what I just said, you know, oh, so you've chosen to be homeless, maybe looking a little bit more at that, because I'm not meaning to be harsh or a dickhead myself, but you know, that looking beyond that a little bit, because it's easy for people to say, oh, he's choosing to be homeless, you know, so actually what,
Where's
looking at a
the problem?
discompassionate shoe, what, you know, then that's his own problem. But actually, that's not the truth of the matter. Do you know what I mean?
Emma, what's your views?
It's difficult for me because I know the situation of that man.
Oh,
I think taking that out of the scenario with the video, I think, yeah, explaining that maybe, like, this is an example.
How are you feeling when you watch the video and you know the situation of this man?
I don't know. It's kind of he's telling it's kind of hard without breaching his confidentiality, if that makes sense. But with that situation, I think it's important that is the real truth.
So do you feel guilt, shame, anger, sadness, fear, or joy?
Sadness.
Yeah. Okay. So
Because
there's I saw that sadness in you, and there's a bit of compassion for him and his situation.
Yeah.
And so what Charlie's video is doing is invoking compassion in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think Charlie is abusing this man and his situation for his own gratuitous satisfaction?
Not necessarily. I think it's important to get across that even the mental well-being of somebody on the street, because nobody wants to be on the street. The mental well-being of that person to the majority of people, because he's not happy to be cold. It's freezing. He wants to be warm, but he wants to be homeless. That's not a reality. That can't, you know. So the mental capacity isn't there. Like, it's not.
So just
you know,
notice how we're getting lost in the man story and not supporting Charlie with his story.
But that's what I'm saying, is like, it's important to get across that the homeless people, we do need to help them. We do need to get them off the street because they're vulnerable. And I think that story just, it says that.
Okay, great. So the story is putting
Presents
a
that.
message across around how Charlie with his work can support vulnerable people.
Yeah.
So it's the opposite.
Vulnerable homeless people.
So it's the opposite of Charlie getting gratuitous satisfaction for his own selfish needs.
No, it's getting the message across.
Yeah.
And bringing awareness.
All right. Okay. I would support that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alia, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are your thoughts and feelings? Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it could raise awareness, because you'd normally, like, before I watched that video, until I seen like the man's reaction, I would have thought that like he'd be depressed. I think that guy's just trying to make a better situation out of a bad situation, if you know what I mean. And I think it's good that Charlie's getting to the bottom of it, to be able to see like how people are managing when they're in them situations, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So Charlie, would you like some additional feedback?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So from a coaching perspective, I thought you held the container well with him. You were asking open questions most of the time that would help him reflect on his situation and how he got there. So I thought the rapport you were building from a coaching perspective is you kind of met the client where they were at, you asked open questions, and you built rapport with him. Yeah, and a lot of your questioning was very much in the realm of motivational interviewing. Yeah, so kind of getting around to the fact that, you know, his alcohol abuse and inability to set boundaries, yeah, and having the party arrive at his house and people taking the piss out of him and all that sort of stuff would start to come to the surface. So I thought that was a good kind of coaching session. Okay, should we watch the last 4 minutes, everyone, and then we'll check out?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so this is where Charlie really fucks up.
Oh, I feel roasted.
Just the blinkers.
Ah.
I was depressed, so I started drinking alcohol all the time.
How long have you been drinking alcohol for?
11 months.
About 11 months. You've only started 11 months ago,
Yeah.
or have you been drinking longer than that?
No, just like the odd time.
Just the odd time.
Wasn't it?
So your depression, man, Wayne, is that what's led you on to drinking then?
Yeah,
And you've been drinking for 11 months.
yes.
And does that make you warm? Does
Makes me
drinking keeps you happy?
Yeah. Alcohol makes me happy. Cider.
And have you been drinking non-stop for 11 months?
Well, a couple of odd days I've had no money. Not many though. Because all my friends give me cans and that. We all drink round here, all of us. The benches or the ramp down the bottom of the library. We always like share each other's drink out. If I've got money, I buy them cans. If they've got money, they buy me them. So we all happy.
So you just seem to be choosing this way of life, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what about on the depression side of things? Have you ever thought about getting that sorted, or is the booze helping with the depression?
Yeah, the booze has helped me, yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I have a drink on the morning, I am happy. If I don't have a drink, I'm depressed.
Yeah. What do you think led you to the depression?
Just life.
Just life.
Just, I don't know, just come on.
How long do you think have you been depressed for?
On and off for
Yeah.
years.
Years and years.
Ask my doctor.
Uh-huh.
It comes on, it goes, and it comes on, it goes.
Yeah.
So now I've started drinking again for 11 months.
Uh-huh. Have you ever had a time where you stopped on drinking?
Yes. 5 years.
You were off the drink for 5 years, Wayne?
Yes. On my son's life. I never touched a drink for 5 years. Birthdays, Christmases, New Year's Eves, nothing. Because I ended up in the mental hospital. Because I was hallucinating. Because I was drinking that cheap cider for a year. And I started hallucinating and that. And I went in the mental hospital, Samuel Park. And then I got out. Ended up in again about 2 weeks later because I hit the drink again. And then I stopped drinking for 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
And how did that make you feel then? They were stopping for 5 years, that's massive.
I know. I never touched a drink for 5 years, honest to God.
And how old were you then?
Oh, I can't remember. What old was that? Well, I'd say about 10, 15 years ago.
10, 15 years ago. And then you've been drinking on and off?
Just like everybody else on the weekends and that.
Yeah.
And then I got depressed again. I thought, right, I'll start to drink again.
Yeah. So do you think the drink plays a part in homelessness?
Well, I've lost my house through alcohol, letting everybody in.
And do you think that wouldn't have happened
If
if
I
you weren't
wasn't
drinking?
drinking, I would not have let them all in, partying.
So by drinking,
Yeah.
it's kind of lowered your inhibitions, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've let everyone else.
In lads, we
Yeah.
put the music on.
Yeah.
That's what's caused it.
When you seem like a bigger than life character, mate, you've always got a fantastic smile, man, about you.
Yeah, because like I've just said, there's worse people off than me.
I know. What do you make the services in Hartlepool like? The council, do you think they're doing enough?
Yeah, but they won't like take me serious because they always like laugh and joke. So they go, oh, we can't help you. See, I'm not bothered. I'll sleep in a pod. Like I've just said, there's 17-year-old lasses in the British Army. Sleeping rough down under muddy rivers. You think I care about sleeping in a pod? No way.
Oh, he's such a humble man, isn't he?
He is.
You got
Very humble.
you got proper. You brought out in him that side of him, didn't you? You know, you did that. You brought out that
Yeah,
what he wanted to say. You know.
that's meant that Charlie.
So what I don't understand is he's been drinking for 11 months, and then he was 5 years sober, but this is
Yeah, that's what. No, he'd just been drinking. This is the part that I was getting lost in this as well. I was trying to write because I was so nervous. You got to imagine this is my first street interview ever. And I'm standing next to the council building, and I've got people peering out the council building, like, looking at me, going, "What the fuck is he doing?" I had 2 security guards as well. So, and then I'm trying to get this chap's of the story, and what he was basically saying, he'd been drinking non-stop there for 11 months, but previously to that, he had I think we were saying he had 5 years sober, or sometime in his life. Was it 10, 15 years ago? 5 years been sober. I think that's what he was trying.
What I liked what you did is what you built on is when he started talking about 5 years, he got kind of excited about when he was sober, and you came in and you championed him. You kind of matched it. Oh, so you were 5 years, da 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 da. So yeah, and I mean, I'm not giving feedback on the video.
No.
Ethically, my opinion, and I might be wrong, but ethically, it feels sound what you've done. Doesn't feel like, it's
Completely agree. Completely agree.
okay. So it's a yes from me and it's a yes from Katie. Let
Me.
So
And
it's
me.
a yes from Alia. Emma.
Yeah.
Okay. Does anyone give him
Yeah,
a golden
100%.
buzzer?
Sorry?
I do.
The golden buzzer for Charlie.
Oh, that was so tough. That was tough. Having my peers watch it, that was tough.
He's such a jolly gentleman, though, isn't he? You hear him before you see him.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to cuddle him and take him home if I was honest. I just wanted to take him home with me. But what I've learned through this is to let someone speak. Like that frapping as a terrible frapper is to try and let them speak. And he was really good at if I asked him a question, because I was stuttering quite a lot as well. But he seemed to just like flow with his answers, and he was like talking.
Yeah, even if you asked yes/no questions, he gave you open-ended answers.
He did. Yeah.
You showed your interest in his answers, which was good.
Thanks, Emma.
And
I really appreciate that from you,
Yeah.
Emma. I really appreciate it.
there was a lot of wisdom in him too. Like, it's not like he doesn't know his situation.
Yeah.
Oh, and I so relate to that fucking, you're having a hard time and then you justify it by going, oh, but there are so many other people that are having it worse off than me.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's something that I relate to personally.
Could I ask
And
a
I think you
question?
did. Sorry.
Is that okay to put on the YouTube channel? Could I ask that to the four of you?
So I want you to put it on the YouTube channel, but I'd like you to share the link in our UACT community.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and if possible, Charlie, just give a little video, an intro. Yeah, hi, I'm Charlie. I'm a coach from Hartlepool. I'm building my own practice. Here's a video I made interviewing someone from the street. Please feel free to watch it. And then I'll post that in our WhatsApp community, and that starts to build recovery capital. So I think it's really important personally that you get out there and show this stuff, because what's in it for me is it promotes my training in the organization. So there's the ethical kind of thing. It's like, oh fuck, I want to use Charlie and his fucking, his social media network and his fuck, I want to get in there. It's like, fuck, okay.
I don't care. I'm just glad that you. I don't mean like it, but it's ethically okay, and that's what really counts. So for me, in your opinion, it really counts.
All right. So let's start to wrap this up. What's the takeaway that you're taking from today's class for your organization?
All right, I'll start then. So, I think there's, like you said, so I've took away that there's a lot of stigma around still, like with gender and different races. Races. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on with me today, guys. Another thing, I think it's very empowering what Charlie's done. Like, it takes some balls to do that. I couldn't personally do it, but I think it's really good. And I've never seen that side. I've never known someone to be in that man's position and to still be so humble like that and happy. So it shows that he's very strong-minded. And to a problem shared is like a problem half. So me telling you my problems today, it's made me feel a million times better. So thank you. So that's what I've took from today.
And also what that video did is it showed how much benefit he was getting from alcohol with his mates, and we've always they're buying me cans or I'm buying their cans, and he was really talking a lot about connection and unity with his other kind of fellows. So like alcohol has a huge benefit for people.
Yeah, it does.
And then we ask people to stop drinking and they're fucking miserable and lonely and they've got no mates and no sense of, it's fucking traumatic.
Yeah.
Thank you. Emma, Katie, Charlie?
For my organisation, when I have one, is more basically, this is my organisation, is that personally coming on and sharing what was happening through my fear and anxiety to my peers, whether whether this is going to be good or bad or whatever it was really rewarding to see how my peers kind of dissected what Manali was doing and then it gave me constructive feedback, and I thought that was really important. I also learned about your diversity. I learned a bit about how much Aya goes to the toilet.
Alia doesn't give a fuck.
No, she doesn't give a fuck.
She goes off and has his shit and then comes back, does her hair.
It's better out than it.
You know, she doesn't give a fuck that much. It's absolutely beautiful.
I really don't. No, I'm at work tonight till late. We're doing a sober social like till 7, so I'm trying to get finished fast. I need to nip to Aldi to get some bits for the party.
Okay, okay. Katie, Emma, who's next? Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah, I just the humor, you know, this is what I take from this, and the honesty, you know, that I can say things and it's all right, you know, it's all right to say whatever. It's okay. That's the main thing I get from this. But I also know I need to stop frapping.
Oh, you've been beating yourself up about that. Oh,
No,
Katie.
I haven't, because I do know that within my organisation, yeah, probably, but within my role in the organisation, I do have to do a bit of that, you know, so I have to kind of separate the coaching from my role sometimes, you know, so it's being mindful of that. And yeah, Charlie's thing, you know, I picked on it. I didn't pick on it, but I picked out some things at the beginning, just not your content, just to think about, but it still came across as really compassionate. You know, I think anyone watching that couldn't fail to feel for him, particularly on that second half. You know, you really got that feeling of his situation. So, and you did that, so that was amazing. Yeah, so thank you. Good session as always.
I think I got from it was basically all of what you've just said, but the fact that I've got such brain fog today, like, can't find words, but I thought the video was really good. We're always going to have to raise awareness, and it just saddens me, you know, that it's always going to be an issue. And when you mentioned the veterans, I just thought, like, everybody deserves a home, and nowadays, day and age, I mean, I cross these paths all the time, but it doesn't always hit you that hard, you know. But Charlie, I think your video is powerful, and I think it's going to be effective.
Thanks, Emma.
Cool.
Yeah.
Charlie, one thing on the actual video itself, with the subtitles coming up word for word, I found distracting and taking away from actually what was. So if the subtitles came on in like a sentence at a time, that would be easier for my eye than this kind of.
Yeah, that can be changed.
Yeah. So that was just another kind of personal preference. Yeah, but Charlie, thank you for putting yourself out there and being open to feedback and saying, fuck, I'd like some feedback to improve. So well done. That's
really brave. Really brave, because I know that was really hard for you. I could see it was. You was like, oh fuck, why have I said this? Why is this happening?
Thanks, guys.
Sorry guys, David, I've sent you a picture on WhatsApp because I'm not sure. That's what I was trying to work out. You know, the amount of hours we've done and what days I've attended. Are you able to just confirm them? Because I think I don't know if this is like my 10th one. I know I've missed a few.
So, Alia, you tell me when you think
I've wrote it all down because I have it in my diary.
No, but you tell me when you think you deserve to be certified.
Oh, I don't want to leave yet, though. I don't want to leave yet.
Where are you for the long haul?
No, but I'm just saying, it's like we're not fucking policing you around this. What we are doing, is we will ask your manager, do they think that you've done the work? Who's your manager?
Poppy, she's here actually.
Oh, okay. Call her in.
Oh, you'll be fuming I put on the spot. I'm only joking. Poppy! Right, I'll put you on the spot here, so can you come in a minute? David wants to speak to you.
You've gone out saying, listen,
I'm going to be so careful to keep my mouth shut about anything in here, because it's like, yeah, go on then, do it.
How you?
They're my dates that I've done. You know, like 30 seconds of you. Hi, everyone.
Hi. How are you?
Hello, Charlie.
Hello.
Poppy, do you think Alia's ready to be certified?
What's your opinion, David? How many hours has she done? Because she's told me
fuck
she's.
her hours. But is she safe when she goes out there?
I believe so. Yeah, she's absolutely brilliant with our community members.
Okay.
She really, done some good work.
Don't make me
So
blush.
as far as I know, as far as I know, she did attend the 3 days training. Where
Yes.
she showed up and was a very active participant. She's done the online material. Have you finished the online material earlier?
87%. I'll get it done today later.
Okay, so
87%
once you
done.
finish that, you'll get a certificate that proves that you've done the work. And as far as I know,
please.
her attendance to these classes should have been, she should have completed the hours. Yeah. So from my perspective,
Yeah.
I'm ready for her to be certified. My bias is,
Brilliant.
my bias is because I want people that are Muslim females in particular to get certified, is I'm going to want to get people over the line like that. And I don't want to do that if the person's not ready, and that's going to put them in a vulnerable space. And I'm looking for your support there. So if you feel that she is ready for this, I'm very happy for her to be certified.
Yeah, I feel like she's ready.
Great stuff. Okay. So Charlie, Emma, and Katie, you see how we're co-creating this.
Yeah.
So our school is part of the organization to help develop the organization. Yep. Instead of somebody coming to our school and the school says, yes, you're good to go, we're involving the organization to then say, yes, this person is good. All right. So Poppy, if there's a fuck up, they're coming to sue you. All right.
That's fine. I will take accountability for that, but I don't think there's going to be any fuck ups. She's absolutely flourishing with this training, and just to see with our community members how hands-on she is and using them coaching skills. Yeah, I'm happy.
Great stuff. All right. So Katie, you've got an idea, yeah?
Yep.
Yep. You'll be the same with your volunteers. Yep. You'll say, I feel this person is ready to be certified as well.
Yep.
Cool. All right, everyone. Lovely to see you, Poppy.
Lovely to see you.
Bye, Poppy.
I
Bye,
check in with a
Charlie.
lot of pride. Well done, everyone.
Bye, guys. Bye, Poppy.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
later.